What's going on, saber dudes and saber ladies? Got another completed saber that is excuse me, is a present that my sister and her husband and I have been getting together for a minute. This is for my brother-in-law's brother, Kyle. He's a really cool dude. Family, but I don't know where that qualifies. What is he, brother-in-law? Anyways, he loves coming and checking out my sabers, and he's always like grabbing one and swinging it around. And I'm like, go for it, man. I love it. I love it when somebody comes and checks it out and admires it, and you know, they show their childhood joy through them. So my sister has been saying, you know, let's get him one, let's do him one, and we've been planning it. And the Saberforge scratch and dent deal that went on like maybe a month or two ago, it's been a minute, they had a deal where they had a bunch of sabers that were scratch and dent. They were not they didn't pass the quality checkpoint. What's the word that I'm looking for there? Damage control? Not damage control. They didn't pass the inspection period or whatever, where they were like, all right, these aren't top notch. So they went to a bin. Well, Saberforge, after some time, was like, we have a bunch of spare parts, let's get rid of them. They did this little mystery box sale where it was like, you pay a certain amount, you get like 10 pounds or whatever. And I was one of the fortunate few to get a bunch of stuff that I could use. So I have here today one of the ones that I was able to put together with that. So first of all, I made him a box. We just went with a pretty standard brown box. I've been finding different ways to do this brown. I really enjoy it. Rebel logo on the top. A little small Rebel logo. I found lately that I like to do the logos maybe a little bit smaller than normal. This is just personal taste. The larger ones look good too, but I don't know. I like small and sleek for the most part. And it has some scratches, you know, some wear and tear. But what's really cool is the inside of this. I went with, and my sister kills me about it all the time. A long time ago when I was making boxes, she said, why don't you do like a brown and a green box or whatever? And I was like, I'll just stick with red. And then we were out Christmas shopping, and my girlfriend tagged along. We were, you know, picking out material and stuff like that. She was like, what about green? And I was like, that's a great idea. My sister was just like, you son of a... So it turns out really cool. I mean, I loved this green. Brown and green, and then the saber happened to be black, which is why I was like, ooh, black and green, because I've always been a sucker of solid black and green. Like, I just think that's a cool color combo. So you can't really see it, guys. Kind of hiding behind this, but it turned out really cool. Like, this looks really good. I was very surprised at how much I liked that. Red, blue, and green. It's kind of like a chic special. And then, of course, one of my dudes, my bro, my scrap bro, Josh. I was like, dude, I know you want one, and I owe him a favor, so I was like, I gotta make you one. He's already like, yes, give it to me. Here, hold up. Let me go ahead and put. One thing that I was a little bit like, dang, I need to hurry up and do it. I don't know if I'll have time. I'll have to do it after Christmas for him. Is a neopixel blade plug. I should have. I just, with everything going on, I thought I had all the parts and I didn't. So he won't know, he won't really care, because he just wants, you know, it'll probably be sitting with a blade in it for the most part anyways. Let's put a blade plug in that. Well, you can't really see it from here. So the saber, which actually turned out pretty cool, I wanted to do a bunch of different things to it, right? I wanted to get crazy with it. And I was like, let's do this and let's do that. And there's going to be a shroud. And then, you know, a cobalt, all this stuff. And they were just like, no, just simple. Because that's what Kyle wants deep down. He wants simple. He wanted some of the only things that he told, because, you know, I was trying to get it out of him. I was like, look at this saber, you know, from my collection. I was like, what do you think about this one? You think that's cool? I was like, yeah, that's really cool, but I don't know, because he likes... So what I gathered from him and from what he told me, he wanted something that is like a baseball grip, like a rubber grip. He was like, I don't want a leather grip, but I want it to be wrapped with like this stuff. So I did, you know, my corn horn has kind of a more rubbery texture for the grip, so he was like that, or like a baseball grip, because he's, you know, a sports guy, he likes baseball and stuff like that, so. But his main thing was, you know, he liked the choke points and whatnot, but he wanted it very streamlined, so this is just like a dueler, you know what I mean? This is a very, very simplistic as far as design goes, just sleek. But the grip is another one of those. I actually found a different tennis racket grip than normal. There's like a 3-pack of like the Wilson ones, so it had no logos on it. It's very thin, so there wasn't any padding like the ones I originally used, and it turned out great. I mean, I just wrapped it in like a second. Like I literally put it in, wrapped it all the way around, and then put an adhesive at the very back end, and we're good. It's very much rubbery, very, very baseball feeling. And I have to say that this hilt, I mean, I get it. It's extremely comfortable. It's easy to swing around. It's fun to swing around. I just threw that blade plug in there for right now. I don't know what kind I'm going to put in for him. The saber, though, because, again, I always like to go, you know, let's do it up. Let's do it big. We just went with the Nano Biscotti version 4 that I had lying around. I have a bunch of boards lying around that are older. You know, whenever I get to upgrading boards, I end up with another one. You know, I end up with the old model. But this is just the TCSS neopixel connector. TCSS for the most part blade that I put together a long time. I'm just gonna go ahead and give him mine, and then 12mm switch, AV switch, recharge port. I made an external recharge port because that was kind of the main thing we wanted to do, was make it really simple for him, plug and play. Got the chassis, which is I think one of the ones that Shamim used to sell, all-in-one Saberforge chassis. Whatnot. I think RGV sells them a lot now too. You can find them a lot all over different people's Etsy stores. And then just 28mm Vecco speaker. So let's go ahead and boot it up. So I may switch around with it a little bit, but I got 3 different fonts with the Nano Biscotti version 4. I'll do some creepy little crawl up to you guys like this. I gotta do it like that. So 3 different fonts on the Nano Biscotti, if you guys don't know. I can't remember. I think that was K-Sith, which oddly enough I'm about to watch one of K-Sith's reviews. That was the Balance by K-Sith. And then the next up we've got...
What is thy bidding, my master?
It's been a while since I threw this on a saber. It's Sith Lord Unleashed. Is it Sith Lord Unleashed? Oh, I'm terrible, you guys. I got my computer open for this kind of stuff now because I've been so bad at it. What is it? Is it Sith Lord Unleashed? Sith Lord Unleashed? Yeah, Sith Lord Unleashed. I used to be such a huge fan of that because the hum is just mean. And it's red. But I love that hum. Always been a fan of that. It's just real, I don't know, aggressive hum. And I did the speeds how I like them. I'm going to go in and change this. I don't like the flash on clash. I guess it didn't stick. I tried to make them all white. But one more time. Yeah, see how it's blue and it's one. It's that needs to be fixed. That's not going to be the setting. I love this font. I may put on Acolyte for him. We'll see. But I thought it was really cool for a Sith sounding. Because I'm gonna do. That was my plan. Was I would do a red, blue, and green. So that way he can kind of have whatever he wanted. Let's go ahead and bump it up to the third and final. This one is Baragor ingot, because I love Baragor ingot, and this will be in green. And again, I still say, let me do my little creepy little waddle up here. I still say that the Nano Biscotti version 4 and like the Prism version 5.1 or 5.5 now, whichever the latest model that is, which will be obsolete now because of the CFX. I think they still have fantastic swing sensitivities. They obviously with smooth swing it's dated to an extent, but I mean, they're not bad. They still feel really good. I'm surprised whenever I swing around a Nano, and like once you kind of get used to again it not having a smooth swing aspect, which for me is, you know, obviously everything I am installing for my personal taste has a smooth swing. But I still am like, after like a couple seconds of swinging around, I'm like, it's still solid. The only thing you don't have is, of course, the little in-betweens, which a smooth swing will do for you. But the actual swinging is perfect, in my opinion. I mean, all that is just spot on. Still good. Let me do my waddle up to you. So, just power on, power off, 16 swings, 16 clashes, and you know, the clashes. Obviously, it's just a one-button function for the Nano Biscotti version 3 or version 4. I'm sorry. But I also I left on. Normally, I turn mine off just because I don't ever really need it, and I don't like that initial waiting for the beep. But I left his mute on the go, so if you hold down the button until it beeps once, you'll just have silent. Just like how it would be, I guess, if you're sneaking around at night, you don't want to wake anybody up. But you still have all the functions of the flash on flash, minus the noise. But to me, that hurts my soul. And then it goes right back to it. So in order to... So in order to change out, they need to make them a better blade. Oh, let's see. In order to change out, or to get into the mute mode, you hold it down to one beat. To switch to the next font, you hold it down to the second beat. There you go. Now we're back to case Sith, which looks good. I love the balance. Balance is such a good swing. But yeah, let me do my little creepy little waddle. It takes me a minute to creep on back to you guys. So yeah, the Nano Biscotti version 4, I mean, I think it's one of my favorite, I guess, beginner boards. I just think it's all around a good level of what you really want. As far as the saber goes, I believe now these are different mix match of parts. I don't know exactly what it is, but I really think that this body and switch section, these are all this is all one piece. I think it's the Black Lotus from Saberforge, which I've always wanted the Black Lotus. I actually have another body like this, but out of the scratch and dents, a lot of them came with, you know, no threading in the pommel, you know, no, like it didn't line up. They were really parts for people who had machining abilities or just ingenuity to kind of like get around it. This one, however, everything was fine. I actually really lucked out on that. The pommel threads on and off very easily. I'll put it together. Just speaker in there, and then the emitter. Now I got a lot of like emitters that really weren't compatible with anything, but this one had the threads on it, and I just threaded onto the body. I mean, this came together really easily. And again, I wanted to put, I wanted to put a shroud on here, kind of like a Augustin. Am I saying that right? Old Republic. I always mess his name up just because I can't really. I mess some stuff up every now and then when I'm sitting here trying to come up with a name real quick for you guys. But yeah, I wanted all the bells and whistles and all that stuff, and they were like, no, just stick it, make it simple. And honestly, I'm glad I did, because this is a very comfortable hilt. There's no sharp. That's another thing. 0 sharp edges on this. I thought that I was gonna have to really bust out steel wool or some sandpaper and whatnot. He's not gonna hurt himself. This thing is comfortable all around, and it turned out great, man. I was pretty happy about it. I'm definitely happy. I'm always happy to be able to help out somebody in getting a lightsaber. I mean, that is just, if somebody would have got me a lightsaber, which, recently I did post a video of TJ made one for me, and that's just like, I forgot how awesome that feeling is. So glad that I get to do the same thing for him. So he won't ever have to do this, but I'm gonna have to do it here in a second. Like I said, just one of these sliding chassis, and then there's your Nano version 4. I put a little bit of tape. I'm gonna have to redo it. Actually, I know I'll have to redo it. I put a little tape to get it to kind of seat securely, even though it does. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and change it. Well, I'll do that in a second. But yeah, so you just turn that in. He'll never have to do this, and if anything happens, that's one of the things about having someone like me, being related to somebody like me, but also in my town, or really anyone in general. I have this thing where, because I like fixing and solving problems, and basically, if something's wrong with the saber, I'll fix it free of charge, unless it's like, hey, the board's toast, or hey, your speaker's fried, or you need even a recharge port. So if it's, when it comes down to maintenance, I'm totally fine with making sure it gets back to you good, up and running. But if it's a board or something like that, then yeah, then that's where you'll spend the money. But I won't charge you for the fees on all that stuff. So yeah, I just want to show this off real quick. Should have been doing this a long time ago, making videos of all the sabers, no matter the build. I should have been documenting and sharing it, and I have to say I like it. The one thing I like about this a lot is this, discovering that looks really cool. I love the green and brown and black and all that chocolatey goodness in there tucked away. I'm so glad one of my customers who got a box, or 2 of them now actually, that was one thing they commented on. They were like, that little foam you put on the bottom is such a nice touch, and I was like, yay, like somebody noticed, because it makes it feel so nice. And it protects the surface that it's sitting on, keeps it from sliding around. But yeah, I loved it. I was like, yeah, like, right. It's a lot of fun for people to like realize the small touches you do and then comment on them. But that'll do it for this video. Kind of a lot longer than I thought it would be. Sorry guys, I can't make a short video. I try, but I like to talk, and hopefully y'all enjoy listening. And I got some more coming out. We'll probably be taking a little bit of a break around Christmas. Let my bank account recover before I start pumping out some more of my personal builds. But yeah, you guys, if anybody has any questions about anything, or want to reach out and talk to me, feel free. I love it. I love collaborating and talking with people about processes and just general stuff. Like, leave a comment, share. I stopped trying to reach out and make my channel grow as far as getting subscribers and stuff like that, because I mean, I understand a lot of the times if you're watching this 19-minute video about me talking about a lightsaber, like, not a lot of people can hold that attention span these days. I think the general world watches up to like 2 minutes before they lose interest. So if you made it this far, I salute you. I appreciate you. Thank you. And yeah, I mean, if you want to talk sabers, if you want to listen to sabers, listen to someone talk about sabers. I'm always down. I love it. I wish I could see more content like this. I know there are a lot of content providers for sabers in the saber community, and it's great. You know, we missed out on having a lot of you know, like Jordan Eugene and Shamim. I said, and even Jordan Mall back in the day. I used to watch all these people, and that was like my only outlet to saber world and learning and talking to people and window shopping, I guess, if you will. But I miss it, and hopefully, like, it's good to see people step up and do the same thing. But hopefully, I've helped fill that niche, I guess. Is that right? That I feel like has been missing, but growing too. I see a lot of people showing their faces in their sabers, and I think it's great. I think we all should. But anyways, that'll do it for me today. You guys, like I said, leave a comment, share. If you want to promote this, say hey. I know a guy, he's kind of talks a lot, but he has fun. Check out his videos. I'd love it. I'd love to make this this channel grow. I'm gonna be probably doing my collection video that I've been talking about for a long time. I'll probably be doing some videos, some glamour shot videos, different varieties, so you don't have to spend 20 some minutes listening to me talk. But anyways, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.